welcome back. Heather Gray, functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner with Real Cooking for Real Life. Today we're covering tacos, and I know you think, Heather, didn't you already cover tacos? I did, and I'm adding a few new ingredients and diving a little bit deeper into why I love the Siete product so much. So we're starting off with, in the last video I used mahi-mahi, and you could use mahi-mahi. Just make sure you get it from a sustainable source, because mahi-mahi is actually one of the most overfished fish in the ocean. And so make sure you're getting it from a good source. Today I used cod because I actually couldn't find a really good source, and I used the taco seasoning spicy. They've got it also in mild and chorizo, which are really, really awesome. But fish is great because it doesn't take long to marinate, 20-30 minutes max. So I sprinkled the seasoning over top, sprayed it with some organic avocado oil, and boom, the fish is ready to go. We're gonna put it into the air fryer. Make sure when you're getting an air fryer that you get one that is non-toxic, preferably stainless steel or ceramic coated. If you're going to use something ceramic coated, you're gonna wanna make sure to use also a silicone type of spatula, because you don't want the metal to scrape off the ceramic. But yeah, try to stay away from anything that says non-stick or Teflon coated. That's all toxic crap. That's part of the forever chemicals that you might have been hearing about that gets into our systems, into the planet, and literally doesn't go anywhere. It is a forever chemical. We don't want that. So fish into the air fryer. You might want a couple more sprays of avocado oil. Doesn't need a whole lot. We're gonna pump that in here. Let's see, I'm gonna go 380. I'm gonna go 5 minutes each side to start, maybe 4 minutes. 4 minutes, yeah. Hey there, so now we got all the fish cooked. Let's dive a little deeper into each of the ingredients and why I use what I do, because if you've seen any of my videos, you know it's more than just a cooking video. It's a how-to with sustainability, detoxification, keeping toxic ingredients out of your environment, out of your body, and picking healthy organic ingredients and why that matters. So let's start off with first, I just recently got into composting. It's super easy, so we've got a lot of the ends from the avocado and the pit and the tomatoes and the onion skins. Look into your local service and see what's available. They provided this little basket. They provide the basket that goes out in the garage, the compostable bags, and then they pick it up every week. All I have to do is set it out on the curb and boom, it's taken care of. Like, how amazing is that? So if you're not composting already, learn how to compost or look into your area if there's a local composting service like that. Like, it's been a game changer. So awesome. This glass, always switch from glass. If you notice, there's no plastic here, right? Even my cutting board is bamboo, wood. You want to get away from microplastics in our body. There's so many already that we don't have control over. So when you do have control over something, start small, right? When something breaks, upgrade it to something else. Cool thing about a lot of this glass, I got it at a secondhand store. The Ark, it was crazy how many. I don't buy this stuff brand new at all anymore. So everything's in glass or stainless steel, no plastic. This is ceramic or silicone, actually. So there's a little lesson in detoxification and why using some of these products that I do. When it comes to cooking, the shells, you want to put them upside down like this on a cooking sheet and bake 350 for like 3 minutes. If you don't put them upside down like this, they'll close like a clam, and then you can't get your ingredients inside. When you're working with the shells, because they are grain-free, yay, thank you, Siete. Why is grain-free important? If you've been diagnosed with an autoimmune disease at all, of any kind, you really should be cutting out grains. There's a molecular mimicry that goes on with grains and corn especially, and looking like your thyroid tissue. And sadly, when we have an immune response go off against these types of foods, now it's looking for things that look like it, and then it sees your thyroid and goes, hey, you're wheat or you're corn, right? Even though it's not. And then now we have collateral damage, and we have something called Hashimoto's, or what other kind of weak link you have in your genetics is kind of where the autoimmune disease has a tendency to show up. So God bless Siete for coming out with such amazing grain-free options, but they're really fragile. So you've got to be gentle and I'm kind of like a bull in a china shop. So working with them has been quite an interesting feat for me. But I love, love, love their shells. They've got regular like corn flour tortillas that I love. I'll use those in my chorizo and eggs, which I have that website up on my, or that video up on my website. Their hot sauce is amazing. I already showed you their seasoning. So I just love this brand. As far as the toppings go, isn't that some of the fun part of cooking tacos, right? All the fun stuff that you get to pick and put on top. And I've always loved the difference between the heat and the warmth of the protein and then the cool, crisp crunch of what else you put on top. Like, it's just such a beautiful combination. But I've got organic lettuce, or organic, you can just assume it's all organic. And most of it came from the farmer's market just 2 days ago. So avocado, olives. I know the tomatoes, they're like, why do they look that way? Because they're heirloom tomatoes and they're really funky colors, but they taste amazing. They have more of that traditional tomato flavor, you know, when you were a kid and you walked out into the garden and you ate a tomato. Not this crap that you get in the grocery store that's got like no flavor at all. Cilantro and purple onion. So that's the fun part about tacos. You know, what's your pleasure? What do you like to put on top? Every now and then I'll use some like plain coconut yogurt as like sour cream. Let me see, what else do I normally, that's about it as far as tacos. So let's go ahead and make a few here. So I guess got to be really careful. I always start with the protein. Personally, I like to crunch them up and just make it like a taco salad because then I can get more toppings on it. But my ex-husband / cameraman insists on having it taco style. So, and these are actually for him for lunch today. So a little bit of purple onion, a little bit of tomato, avocado. You notice I'm not into dairy. A lot of people, again, with chronic disease actually don't have the genes to properly handle dairy. And I am one of those. And I have not met a dairy imitation really out on the market that I like. So it's just not worth it to me, because a lot of times too, they've got a lot of funky ingredients, you know, soy or modified starches. And I really do try to, after overcoming 27 years of Lyme disease, 3 autoimmune diseases, you know, detoxed mold, lost 100 pounds, you know, my body's a temple. And so I really try to stick to whole, real food as much as I can. It's the other reason why I like these products so much. There's not a whole lot of crap fillers. They just do a really good job. So easy peasy. Actually, these are, maybe the key is to let them cool down just a little bit more, because these seem to be staying together pretty well. Probably could have chopped that lettuce up just a little bit better. But that's it, folks. So that's fish tacos using all the Siete ingredients, some of my favorite stuff out there. Little lesson in, like I said, sustainability, organic, toxins, autoimmune disease, all in one little entertaining, delicious video. Stay tuned.